Good afternoon, everybody. Just got a quick update for you that's been brought to my attention by Wrestling Inc. The link will be in the comments section down below. It pertains to the Beast himself, Brock Lesnar, and a possible update on an eventual maybe return to WWE. Check them out. Wrestling Inc. is the source. The link will be in the comments section down below. It's actually a pretty good, interesting article here, but I'm going to go ahead and just tell you a little bit about it, because everybody's wondering what will happen with Brock Lesnar since the whole mess that happened with the Vince McMahon sex trafficking situation, where Lesnar was actually named in the lawsuit. Basically, it states, along with the news that there aren't plans for Lesnar to come back, today's report detailed the extent to which WWE is trying to distance itself from the performer. Word has reportedly been passed down to not mention Lesnar on commentary or in promos through Cody Rhodes did bring up Lesnar on Monday's edition of Raw. And, this is really something in itself, because ever since this trafficking thing happened with Vince McMahon, many have felt that Brock Lesnar was unfairly thrown out of WWE. There are people that obviously had the sense to say, well, wait a minute, why are they getting rid of him when the investigation is still ongoing? That actually is a point that myself and others have had for quite a while. I still think that there's a big chance the guy was innocent, and he is innocent, and that the whole thing, in time when it's resolved, we're going to learn the truth. But at the same time, they're referencing Brock Lesnar more now. Cody Rhodes mentioning that he's already beaten the Beast. Seth Rollins also referenced Brock Lesnar. Does this mean that the guy is on his way back? Possibly. But WWE is taking precautions with this because, and I'm just saying if, I'm not accusing Brock Lesnar or anybody in the situation of wrongful doing. I'm saying that when it's finally over and done with, I do think WWE might reach out to Brock Lesnar and say, do you want to come back? Couple of things here with this. Brock Lesnar, it was rumored that he would come back and work with Gunther, that he would put Gunther over, which I think would be a better move, considering the fact is that it would make more sense than having Gunther get into a squash match with Bill Goldberg. Lesnar is still in great shape. He could definitely put Gunther over, which would give him massive heat as a heel, and it would basically cement him further to where he's a main eventer. It's time for them to build for the future. And I don't like the long-term plan WWE is doing by having Gunther possibly get into a match with Bill Goldberg and lose to Goldberg. I don't want to see that. I've already voiced my outrage about that. Brock Lesnar putting Gunther over is the better way to go. And frankly, out of Lesnar and Goldberg, I've always thought Lesnar was a better wrestler. He had better matches than Bill Goldberg did. I mean, you go back and watch Brock Lesnar's career. He had great matches with John Cena. He had a match with CM Punk. He had great matches with The Undertaker. He faced Triple H. He's faced Kurt Angle years ago. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Lesnar is the better choice for Gunther to work with than Bill Goldberg. And frankly, another thing here with him coming back, this could definitely be a good thing for WWE creatively, because they could get plans going again to make Lesnar be that big-time threat that we know him to be. Not just with his whole possible feud with Gunther, but there are so many other talents he could work with, even some that he worked with in the past. And the guy's not old. Brock Lesnar is still young. He's still a guy who's in great shape, definitely could put on great matches. Although there's one opponent I don't want to see him face anymore because of the rematch curse, that is Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns has been done to death. I don't want to see those two face each other ever again. But Lesnar could put over people that he's never worked with. He could maybe do a few appearances in NXT. I mean, so many things for Lesnar to do if he does come back. I do think that the guy is missed. I never did believe that this guy was even the one that did what that whole situation had produced his name being named in. I just don't think that it was him, but I'm still waiting to the ending of the investigation that comes along. But if Lesnar does come back, the response is going to be epic. Like the roof is going to blow off the arena, similar to when he came out to the ring years ago. John Cena called out The Rock and Brock Lesnar returned. That night was just off the chart. Lesnar's music hit. He came out to the ring and fans were chanting, "Holy shit." And just an epic moment. And I believe it would be the same thing again if Lesnar does come back, because he's missed. I mean, you may not have always liked the guy. You may not have always, liked his work ethic. But that guy really showed that he belongs in a wrestling ring. And he is a guy who still works hard. He's a guy that has done so much for WWE. And for the record, to all the people that criticized him years ago for leaving WWE, the guy came back. The guy came back. He's given back to WWE, Universal Champion, WWE Champion, collegiate wrestler, MMA fighter. Like, WWE would be stupid to let this guy go somewhere else. And I firmly believe that this guy, he will be back. And when Lesnar comes back, mark my words, he's going to come back to a majorly epic response. Fans are just going to go nuts. And the truth is, Lesnar, seeing him destroy opponents, we all miss, because the guy had such a kick-ass mentality. And I do think WWE really I think WWE fans really miss this guy. I think this guy really could do a lot of good for a lot of the younger guys. And I think that putting over the future is definitely needed. And this guy could really work great matches with Gunther. He could work with the Judgment Day. He could work with the New Bloodline. He could work so many matches. And even another thing here, it was reported that John Cena's got a retirement match in the near future. Why not get Lesnar and Cena back in the ring one more time? Did you ever, stop and remember that when Brock was actually in his first run in WWE, one of his breakout feuds was actually with a heel John Cena on SmackDown. So you look at that, and that's another way to go. So many variables could play out here. I do think that Lesnar is going to be back. I'm about 80% sure of it, but I am still waiting to hear about the investigation. When it does produce results, we're going to know whether or not Lesnar was actually involved in that or not. A part of me is still suspecting that he had nothing to do with it and that his name got falsely put into it. But if that's the case, that he was part of it, then obviously WWE, they need to stay away from him and just let him enjoy his retirement. But if he didn't do it and they bring him back, not only is WWE going to be doing stuff with him again, but I think a lot of us fans that really suspected he was involved in that whole thing should owe him an apology. And I think that's the way it should be. But Brock Lesnar, say what you will, he's missed in WWE. Tell me what you guys think in the comments section down below. Do you think these references are leading to a Brock Lesnar return, or do you think it's just a coincidental thing they're doing? Tell me in the comments section. Hit the subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel. On the path to 200 subscribers. Let's make it happen. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and I'll talk to you guys later.